Hello, I'm Katharina Manassis, and I'm here to introduce you to my upcoming book, Why Taking Your Time Saves Time: Paradoxical Lessons for Our Own and Others' Well-Being. Now, what are paradoxical lessons, you might ask? Well, paradox is an apparent contradiction, which makes sense once we understand the human needs and motivations behind it. Surprisingly, making sense of such paradoxes can also offer valuable lessons towards improved mental health, meaningful living, and greater well being for ourselves and others. Here's a few examples. Did you ever wonder why it's so hard to sleep in a sleep lab? Or why pursuing happiness can actually make us unhappy? Or why people say they want to be just like everyone else, but unique, which is impossible, of course? Well, the short answers. For the first one, when you're expected to sleep in a sleep lab, you tend to pressure yourself and get anxious about the fact that you're not sleeping yet. And of course, all that anxiety prevents you from sleeping. You're better off if you just stop trying. For the second one, trying to chase after happiness like some achievement really doesn't work terribly well, because happiness is more like a blessing than an achievement. It's an occasional experience that's a byproduct of healthy, meaningful living. So focus on healthy, meaningful living. And for the last one, people don't really want to be just like everyone else. They want to feel that they belong, they want to feel welcome, and they don't want to have to sacrifice their individuality to fit in. So really, just make people feel welcome. So these are just a few examples, and you might think that this is mostly clever mental gymnastics, but it's not. As I show in the second half of the book, there are some important and really practical principles underlying understanding paradox. And these practical principles that you can apply in daily life do include some old chestnuts like mindfulness and empathy, but they also include some that you might not have thought of before, like, for example, self-forgetfulness, that ability to get out of our own heads, get away from our own issues, and just focus on the meaningful tasks and relationships in front of us, or just focus on the wonder of the natural world. Now, this book didn't start out being all that philosophical. It started out with an anxious traveler, me, trying to get through airport security in Newfoundland. And in that process, I encountered a surprisingly nice airport security screener. The few extra seconds he took to reassure my anxiety made all the difference. And it actually saved time in the long run. And that's where the idea for the title of the book came from. So if you'd like to learn more about how all of these ideas connect, or if you're just intrigued or looking for something a little bit thought-provoking and helpful, have a look for Why Taking Your Time Saves Time. The cover will look something like this. This is from my Newfoundland trip. And you'll find it on Kindle at the end of January and in your local bookstore in paperback in April. Hope you find it helpful and interesting, and thank you for watching this video.